Right? It is the cool answer to the what is the best Christmas movie question. Die Hard, Die Hard, Die Hard. It is one of the best action movies ever made and ever will be made. The characters are perfect, the effects are perfect, the dialogue is perfect, the action is perfect, the acting is perfect, the cinematography is perfect, the tone is perfect, the pacing is perfect, the story structure is perfect. It is perfect. And it is, in my opinion, not only the cool answer to the what is the best Christmas movie question, but also the correct answer. Die Hard is the best Christmas movie. Fight me. I see your Elf, your The Grinch, your Home Alone, your 10 minutes or so in the first Harry Potter movie. But in my opinion, Die Hard trumps them all. It is the best Christmas movie. But is it the most Christmassy Christmas movie? That is a different question with a different answer. No, it is not. Its detractors would say it's not even a Christmas movie at all. Just it's a really good action movie that just happens to be set on Christmas. That is wrong, but an understandable mistake to make, because it's not all that Christmassy. Don't worry though, that slack is picked up by the sequel, Die Hard 2. It is also a good action movie, and it is Christmassy. So much so that it is dangerously close to rivaling the original as, in terms of a whole package, quality and Christmassiness, the best Christmas movie ever made. Let me show you. And before anyone says it, yes, a man with a Christmas tree that looks like that is allowed to comment on Christmas. It is supposed to look like that. It is postmodern. It is Art Deco. I will hear no slander against my Christmas tree. First things first, for comparison's sake, the Christmassiness of Die Hard 1. I just said that it is incorrect to call Die Hard 1 just an action movie that happens to be set on Christmas. And that's true. Christmas is part of the plot. It's set in an office Christmas party on Christmas Eve. That's the reason all these characters are here in this skyscraper in the first place. If it wasn't Christmas, the story wouldn't happen. That is an essential part of all Christmas movies, and shows that Die Hard 1 isn't just an action movie that happens to be set on Christmas. Then there's all the set dressing. There are Christmas trees all over the place. Mr. Takagi says Merry Christmas to all his employees. Holly lists off a bunch of Christmas things, and the name Holly itself, it's right there. Argyle plays the Run DMC Christmas song in the limo. McClane whistles Jingle Bells. The problems start to arise with these things though. They are kind of just set dressing and sort of fall by the wayside when the action starts. Of course, there's the legendary "Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho" scene, and that is awesome, but the overall Christmassiness fades slightly as the movie goes on. And you can't really hold that against the movie wholly, though. It is, at the end of the day, still a serious action movie. You can't force a Christmas vibe through line. You can hardly have John McClane making Christmas puns the whole way through, or dressed as Santa, or killing any of the terrorists with any Christmas-based weaponry. Can you? But those are secondary issues. The main problem with Die Hard 1's Christmassy vibe, or lack thereof, is that it's set in LA. It is hot and dry and orange and sweaty. These are not Christmassy things. If you're from LA or anywhere else in the world, I'm looking at you, Australia, could you let us just win one test, please? That is not cold and dark on Christmas. I'm not saying your Christmas experience is invalid, but I am saying your Christmas experience is invalid. You can't get nice and cozy when it's 30 degrees outside. You can't see twinkling fairy lights against a bright sky rippling with heat haze. Pine trees don't grow in the southern hemisphere, though they do apparently grow in California and not England, so maybe I'm just a complete fraud. The point is, if you don't look like stereotypical Christmas, you won't feel like stereotypical Christmas, and you kind of have to keep reminding yourself that it is in fact Christmas. Enter Die Hard 2, or Die Harder, or Die Hard 2 Die Harder. Why did they do this? Surely one uniform title is better for marketing. It's not just this as well. Did you know that Zootopia is called Zootropolis in the UK? I just found that out recently. Why? Anyway, Die Hard 2. It solves the main issue with Die Hard 1's unchristmassiness in the first shot. Snow. I'm not sure you understand just how important snow is to a Christmas movie. Despite white Christmases being really rare, where I'm from at least, snow is fundamental to the Christmas aesthetic and vibe. Even non-Christmas movies that feature snow kind of have a Christmassy feel. I'm sitting there watching The Grey and I'm waiting for Liam Neeson to start singing Baby It's Cold Outside. Seriously, there is so much Christmas power in just having your characters wrapped up in big coats and scarves, which Die Hard 2 does. And it achieves this change in biome by moving. It is not set in LA, it is set in Washington, DC. Those two places are over 2,500 miles apart and have very different climates. It is hot and dry and orange and sweaty in LA. It is not in DC, especially in late December. December the 24th specifically. That's right, Die Hard 2 takes place on Christmas Eve as well. It could only be more Christmassy if it was set one day later. So that's when it's set and where it's broadly set. But what about where it is specifically set? The first was set at a Christmas office party, pretty synonymous with Christmas, I'd say. Can the second outdo that? Well, maybe not outdo, but certainly match it. It is set at an airport. Airports, alongside train stations, have their own super strong Christmas links. Obviously, they exist and are used year-round and not just at Christmas. But in the Christmas season, they are often packed with people travelling home for the holidays. You know, driving home for Christmas. Well, I suppose you don't drive a plane or a train. Well, the train driver does. Is that a song about train drivers? The point is, the airport is a Christmas thing. I'm not hammering this home, though, because I think it's a slightly weaker setting. The airport, being a Christmas venue, ties into the plot itself. The whole reason McClane is at the airport is to meet his wife, who is travelling home for Christmas. So again, the most important beat for any Christmas movie to hit is hit. The plot would not happen if it wasn't Christmas. That snow I mentioned, something that only happens in a limited period of time in the year around Christmas, is even factored into the villain's plan, and they use the disruption it causes to their advantage. The same with all those people travelling that I mentioned a second ago. The airport is at capacity at a very busy time of year. The more people, the more chaos, the more flights that can be taken hostage. It's so busy that the police don't even want to take the necessary steps to shut it when things start going sideways. So trust me, Christmas is incredibly important to Die Hard 2's story. It too is certainly not just an action movie that happens to be set on Christmas. We get the same Christmas set dressing from Die Hard 1, again here in Die Hard 2. Characters acknowledging the time of year, dropping Merry Christmases left, right and centre. We get Christmas music here and there, Christmas trees covered in tinsel, all the good stuff you should come to expect. But because of the snow and the weather being so integral to the plot, it doesn't fade into the background like in Die Hard 1. It's not top heavy on the Christmas like Die Hard 1, and you don't need to be reminded that it is in fact Christmas. You don't need John McClane making Christmas puns the whole way through, or dressed as Santa, or killing anyone with any Christmas-based weaponry. Although, in the apotheosis of Christmas, in a scene that all Christmas movies should strive to have, John McClane kills a guy by stabbing him in the eye with an icicle. He killed a guy with Christmas-based weaponry. It makes all the kills in the first Die Hard not feel Christmassy at all. This one kill makes the first Die Hard feel like an action movie that just happens to be set on Christmas. And it's played perfectly straight too. It's not like Santa's sleigh or anything. This is serious, which makes it so much better. But did you think that was it though? Wrong. The villain's base of operations is a church, and as a result there is a bunch of Christian imagery. I'm not sure I need to remind you of this, but we celebrate Christmas because it's Big JC's birthday. Christmas. Church is Christmassy is what I'm saying. On top of that, we get a snowmobile chase. This movie is the Christmas gift that keeps on giving. And as a parting gift to the audience, Let It Snow is played over the credits. It's beautiful. So I stand by what I said at the top of this video. I think Die Hard, the first movie, is the best Christmas movie ever made. It is a Christmas movie, I think I've proved that. And then, as a movie, it is as close to perfect as it could possibly be. Die Hard 2 is not a perfect movie. It's good, don't get me wrong. The characters, the action, the effects, the tone, they're all great. But the dialogue is kind of hilariously bad, and the plot doesn't actually make much sense at the end of the day. Like, the terrorists have taken over the airport, right? and they've turned off all the runway lights. Oh, this is at night, by the way. And remember, snow. Any attempts to stop the terrorists, they pretend to be ATC and guide an aeroplane down so that it crashes into the ground. So the circling planes are essentially completely helpless because they can't see where they're going and they can't see where they're landing. John McClane proceeds to save the day by blowing up the bad guy's plane and creating a massive trail of fire along the runway. A trail of fire that the planes above see and then use as sort of makeshift runway lights. So why, pray tell, didn't they do that the moment they lost the runway lights? There's even a bit where another plane blows up on the runway and they don't think to use fire. Well, someone does. To show they're not bluffing, the terrorists crash one of the civilian planes. And to try to stop them doing that, John McClane runs out onto the runway with a flaming jacket on a stick. Why, when that didn't work, didn't he think, let's just do this but bigger? So yeah, Die Hard 2, not as good a Christmas movie as Die Hard 1. Because simply it is not as good a movie. But as I think I've made abundantly clear by now, the much more Christmassy of the two. And some might say that elevates it over the original as a Christmas movie. I won't, but you could make that argument if you wanted to. Hello. Thanks a lot for getting to the end of the video. Like and subscribe. Last video before Christmas. I hope everyone has a good one. Will it be the last video of the year? Yeah, I think it will be. So if I don't see you before New Year's, have a happy New Year too. I'll see you in the new year for the 6th Pokemon Adventures book. Have a good Christmas and a happy New Year.